All right.
Hello, welcome to the We Believe in Freedom Monday night team call. We're so glad that you could join us tonight. And wow, December 30th, 2019. I'm just going to wish everyone a happy early new year to all of you. So just to make this call super cool, let's just mute ourselves. If you do have a question or a comment, use that little chat feature at the bottom of your Zoom window. And now let's go. So my name is Ariana Munker, and I am speaking to you from my cozy home in the Hollywoodland Hills of Los Angeles, California. We gather once a week here, and tonight, though, is a very special call. The end of the year and the end of a decade. So get ready to complete 2019 and all those other teens tonight, and then you will have a blank canvas to design your personal heaven for 2020. So it is my real honor to introduce to you the woman who made this all possible. And I'll just give you some of her creds. Legacy Club member, 8-star platinum, 6-star crystal executive. And you know what that just means? Many people's lives have been transformed because of her. I'm one of them. So it is my actual honor to hand the old year over to you, Kathy Elwick, so you can make it the new year.
Awesome. Thank you, Ariana. That was really awesome. Tonight's call is really going to be special because we're really going to celebrate and get out your noisemakers. But first, I want to give you all the announcements because there's a lot going on in the month of January that we really want to take advantage of. And the first one is when you enroll 2 people with at least 100 BV, just 2 people in the month of January, the company's going to send you our birthday cake shake. And which leads me to the fact that birthday cake is back for good starting January 2nd. And so make sure all your customers know that they can order that. And it comes in canister and packets. So very cool. You know, actually, I was thinking about this today. Order the packets, and whenever you have somebody who has a birthday, give them some birthday cake shake. All right. The other great promotion starts January 2nd is our free enrollment. So if they order $150 or more, they get free enrollment. If they order $250 or more, they get free enrollment and free shipping. And so, you know, and that goes for 10 days until the 12th of January, January 2nd to the 12th. So let's take advantage of that as well. Make sure all those people that you've ever talked to about Isagenix know this is the time to enroll. They're already thinking about, you know, making lifestyle changes. So help them out. And then ISA Rally started today. You actually start accruing points today. ISA Rally is an opportunity for you to put a team of 6 people together. And it's great if they're all financially linked, but they don't have to be. And it's all about earning points by enrolling people and helping people rank advance. That's basically what it is. I haven't seen the actual rules yet, but that's basically what it is. You can actually register your team starting January 6th until February 2nd. And so you have time to put together teams. You have time to enroll somebody who you want to be on your team. So be thinking about that. I know a lot of us are going to be talking about it at NYKO. And so let's get some teams together and let's play to win. You know, lots of times we play to not lose. We want to play to win. Now, tonight's call is going to be full participation. And there was one other thing I forgot I wanted to talk about. I know there's another announcement. It'll come to me sometime. If anybody else knows what it is, pipe in.
Is it celebration? I remember you mentioned something about celebration.
No, well, the ISA Rally, the prizes for the teams who get the most points will be going airfare, so airfare transportation, hotel stay, and even a couple of days after celebration is over, there's some fun events that you'll get to do if you're one of the teams that wins. And so, yeah, it's going to be fun at celebration. And along the way, there's going to be little prizes. So thanks, Emmy, for reminding me about that. So, leading up to the end of the year, we've actually been listening to Dave MacArthur train. He's an amazing trainer, mostly because he walks the talk. For years, he's one of the millionaires who makes more than $1 million a year. Okay. It's one thing to accumulate $1 million, but he makes $1 million a year or more. And it's because he has done the work. He's put the effort in, and the practice and the discipline that it takes to really change your mindset and to focus on what it is you want. And I know many of us have been participating in his calls, reading the book, being The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. Fantastic training. And it happens every Monday morning at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock Pacific. So one of the things we've asked you to do in the last couple of weeks is to really examine what this year has been for you. What things would you do different? And what have you learned? What epiphanies have you had? And so this call is all about us sharing with each other what those are. And so is there any brave person who wants to start the conversation? You'll have to.
Hi, Kathy. It's my first call, so hello everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm just really grateful to be here. And earlier today, I met with Kathy and other team members on another, line. And I was just going to share that I like the Isagenix. So typically, if you're excited about or you've gotten results about a product or a movie, you'll go ahead and tell someone. It's natural. But you only get that one-time thank you bonus. But what's really exciting is, with Isagenix, you constantly get rewarded. And so that was one thing that I thought was really wonderful. And I'm still, I think a few days on my journey. So, but as a customer, I really saw the benefits and people could physically see it. And they saw the energy and they saw the work that it took. And so I just was really encouraged by that. And then I hope it's okay if I share the other thing. Mm-hmm. So I recently saw that the Walton family, they own Sam's Club and Walmart. As a family, they make so much money, right? The Forbes article basically talked about every minute, every day, every week, every year. But as many of us know, a lot of those employees, their health isn't good. And so to me, the reason why I liked Isagenix is everyone is really not only benefiting financially, but also from a health perspective. And I know this isn't anything new, but for me, that's what really resonated with me.
Yeah, it's that culture that we create around just abundant health.
Very much.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Emmy. And welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Who else?
Well, I apologize if I cough because I've been home sick for 5 days. So this may be the first time I'm speaking without coughing, but I'll make it brief. For me, from most of you know that I recently packed up and moved to another state, and which was really different for me because I was born into my community, large family, and extended family that no one moved from the area. So all of a sudden I found myself in a different state without a tribe. So what I've done for the last year is slowly built my tribe. So I feel like right now I'm ready to get out of my uncomfort zone and start sharing with them the whole Isagenix opportunity. I didn't want to jump in at first with the lady who showed up with, hey, But now I've got a relationship with them, and there's been, 6 to 8 months of them seeing me as a human being and a person in the community. So I'm ready to start having launch parties and start expanding to let them know that there is this amazing opportunity out there and it's life-changing.
Awesome. It's exciting what
Yes.
you're about to embark on, because you've laid the groundwork.
Yes.
Great. Who else?
I want to piggyback on that. Before, Daria and I would do home parties together. And so when she moved, it was like, oh my goodness, it's like I'm going to be alone here. But I think like the lesson I've learned for this year is really to conquer my fear. And so I just decided, okay, well, if it's up to me, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. And so I, just like step out of my comfort zone as well to do home parties on a monthly basis. And I feel that that's effective. That has been effective because it has brought community together. So I think it's like the physical, bringing people together. And so the team grew because of that. And so I'm grateful for that. And doing Facebook Lives. It's just really, I think also the consistent, persistent action has, been fruitful.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy.
Hey, Kathy, this is Stephanie. I'm driving. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Hi, Stephanie.
Oh, okay. Hello. Hello, everybody. My word for 2019 was courage. And this year took a lot of courage for me on a lot of fronts. And I think this has really been a year of finding my voice in a lot of areas, and really kind of laying the groundwork to be a leader. And, I have a long way to go, but I've come so far. And so it's really exciting to just look back on the year and realize, this really was a year of courage, and I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too.
Thank
You've come a long way.
You've done a lot to support me, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, another thing. Okay, so another thing is really like adapting to change. I think the team, changed the approach to foreverpack.com. And of course, that was uncomfortable at first, but I think it's really a great move. And relearning the system of sharing it, of welcome calls, etc. So that's been very, effective, and I'm just so grateful for the team approach to adapt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll share what just occurred to me. Another thing that created change was the morning mindset calls that Lenny Evans started a dozen or more years ago. Just 15 minutes every morning, Monday through Friday, that just really set up the day. And so, those calls are always available to you guys. Lynn just posted a new document with all of the calls that are available. And so check out that document on the business group. But those mindset calls make such a difference. And then when Dave started his have it all calls every Monday morning, boy, one thing that I heard this morning that really shocked me, but it kind of makes a lot of sense. The discipline of really changing your mindset, it's a daily thing that you've got to be doing. And what he shared was a statistic that 95% of the population don't do this discipline. 3% think they're doing it, and only 2% of the population actually do this discipline. And it's that 2% that we all know, 2% of the highest, it's 2% of the population make the highest income in the world. And so that really woke me up this morning to the fact that the discipline of doing the work, and it's not necessarily the action steps. The action steps are important, but you've got to change your concept of money first. That's got to be the first step. And then, create the the tools, the affirmations, whatever, the vision boards, whatever it takes for you to change and expand on your vision. And you got to have a vision. Action without a vision is not going to work. And so I'm just grateful to Dave MacArthur for sharing all of that with us and continuing to.
And Kathy, I'd like to add to that, because for me this year, it was about not just relying on myself. I had to find a level of faith that wasn't just up to me. And, I had to go through some rocky seas to discover if I really want to have something bigger than myself, I have to create a concept of myself that's bigger than myself, like what I currently know myself capable of right now. And it doesn't have to be from, 0 to a million. It can just be a 0 to 10 or 5, just a little teaspoon movement. But for me, I needed to find that area of having faith in my higher power. That was a breakthrough critical. And then I had to live with it for a while, because I kind of didn't, is this real? Can I trust it? And I did a little testing. I actually test all the time. I'm going to be honest. And it's so gentle and so loving, that higher power of mine. It's like just grateful, really, in a funny way, that I'm considering something outside of my own force and outcome kind of efforts. You don't need to force this. It can be easy and graceful. And Dave, please, guys, get on his call on Monday morning. He creates this world of big possibility with ease and grace. He speaks miracles.
And it records it. So if you're not able to get on in the morning, just make it a point to watch it sometime during the week and really glean all of the wisdom that he's been able to accumulate because he's done the work.
Yeah.
So
and
great.
Ariana, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Kathy.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that I really wanted to say, Ariana, I love your sentiment. So I started a book. It's kind of, the title's funny, so my apologies. I'm just quoting the title. It's called You Are a Badass at Making Money. And it's based on a lot of those classic books like Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And so I'm very excited to read The Science of Getting Rich, because basically in one of the chapters of the book, Ariana, the author mentions that part of changing and shaping that attitude is believing in the higher power, which helps you also to have faith in yourself. So I just want to say, I thought it was interesting. There's a lot of parallels that are people in the world are finding out on their own, and you're really unlocking that. And I think it's amazing.
Thank you for that. That's very sweet.
I want to add on to what both Ariana and Kathy are talking about, is really that not only personal development, but the personal discipline. I think there's a difference there, because, I'm constantly growing and learning new things, but having that discipline and looking back over 2019, I was in action a lot, but just that, daily doing something daily, like connecting with people on a daily basis, I can see that I can improve. So one of the things that I'm going to do, then I'm going to reread this book that I had started, last year. It's called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And it talks about doing specific things on a daily basis to get you into that personal discipline. And he kind of uses the acronym of SAVERS, like life savers. So the S is going to be silence, taking time in the morning and just being silent to meditate and, visualize the day. A would be the affirmations, saying those affirmations on a daily basis. And then the V is visualization. And I see that's where I can really make a big improvement. And Dave MacArthur's call in the morning really talks about building your 3x5 cards, which I think are huge in terms of really knowing what path you're going to take. We can all set goals and stuff, but it really helps you to visualize. And I wrote down something: by visualizing the impossible, you begin to see it as possible. So I think that's big for me this year. And then the E is just going to be exercise. I walk every day, but just increasing my exercise. Craig, my husband, gave me Pilates classes for Christmas. So I've got some Pilates classes I can do. And then reading. My goal is to read 20 books this year. And I'll be honest, I've started lots of books in the past, but honestly, I'm looking like, gosh, I read 3/4 of the way through. So again, discipline is a big word for me this year to finish the book. So my goal is 20 books this year. And then the last one, that S, is just journaling, journaling my, meditations and gratitudes and things like that. So that's my goal this year. I'm really stepping into greater action, more action, visualizing, 100% coming off of Dave's call. So I'm excited about the new year.
Awesome. Yeah, I think visualizing, first of all, you got to figure out what it is you're visualizing, right? So you've got to have that why, and I'll read my why, and maybe somebody else would like to share their why, just to give you guys an idea of, what kind of why are you looking for? And everybody's why is going to be different. Nobody's is going to be like mine. But mine is to live in comfort in our golden years, always growing and doing the things we love with people we love on our terms. To live every day on purpose, changing lives and feeling fulfilled. To never worry about money and always have the freedom to seed into people and projects that the Lord shows us. So that's my why. And I can just see myself. And that's the other thing. You want to smell it. You want to touch it. You want to be able to see yourself doing those things. I mean, I see myself, skiing and playing golf and traveling and being a contribution to people. My church is all about community and giving back. And I want to be part of that. I already am part of it, but I want to do it more and more and have the freedom to do it. So who else would like to share their why?
I'd like to say that too. I see, while you were sharing that, Mom, I was thinking too, because I wrote down notes earlier about how small tangible bites is what we're going to, kind of track that on. So even like getting really even specific for me, my why is to create 2 or more, and I'm not going to limit it to myself, executives that are personally enrolled by me by December of 2020. And I can track that and I can focus on that every day, and it fuels me. And that's part of a why, but I have a bigger why, which would be a sisterhood and a community, my tribe of women that do love to grow, that are honest, in integrity, can set boundaries for themselves. I think when you guys were all sharing, and I love this conversation, so I'm just so grateful for all of you for even being present and communicating with all of us, being the teacher in the moment, right, when you're sharing from your heart, but to really set boundaries for myself, because I am a busy mom. I've got teenagers, and there's been lots of times where I drop everything and I'll go do whatever they need me to do and not come back to what, and just get sidetracked. And I really think for me this year, my word is going to be consistency in 2020, consistency of doing these daily habits. And I'm so inspired by Dave MacArthur, because he does walk the talk. He's been talking about this stuff since I got on his calls in 2012. And the money conversation has been, mind-blowing. Somebody who really spoke to me about the money conversation stuff was Peta Kelly. And it's so great because she's like the princess of isogenics, right? So, I mean, a Coover, we're in great hands with her, but really looking at it as money being a tool and a best friend, because it helps provide things for you. And you wouldn't, what she says is you wouldn't talk negatively about money, or you wouldn't talk negatively about that friend, or that friend will leave you, or you even spending it and having time with money. What's the energy like? Because it's not going to want to stick around if you can't, handle it, or you're negative with it. Does that make sense? So for me, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so awesome. And I love the science of getting rich and how Dave goes even more, diving more into it. It's really all about vibration and energy, and you know, we can take that into everything that we're lacking. You know, even what I love about Isagenix is they got this when they gave us incredible PIBs right away. Like, you get your money back by just sharing with 2 people. And so how much is this really? You know, and me being like, gosh, 200, because there's a lot of people, $250, $300 is not a lot for people. And then there's people where it's like, there's no way I could do something like that. And it's just a mindset, because with Isagenix, you get it back when you share it with a couple of friends. So I just love that. I love having, you know, being able, and it's an ongoing process. I love how Dave MacArthur talks about that. It's not like we just arrive. It's an ongoing mindset shift every day, because we've had programmings of lies that we've taken on, and belief systems, or scary moments, traumatic moments when we thought a different way and it didn't work out the way we thought, you know? So I love the whole let go, let God control. And so we don't have to worry. All we are raving fans of this incredible opportunity, nutrition food that's delivered to your door that's so affordable. It's ridiculous. And being able to, you know, I don't even worry about getting sick. Like, how much freedom can Isagenix give us? I was listening to that call, I posted it earlier, about Zach and Eden and what their team call was about. So I want to share that Eden just started off the call of sharing about all the things that Isagenix has provided her, and that mindset and that belief. And I'm like, wow, you know, it's really that simple, because Isagenix has provided me personal growth journey that is priceless. It's so priceless. And a husband, because I got clear on what I wanted, what I was worth, what I wouldn't settle for. And I delved into learning about myself and let go and let God. And he called me up one day asking me about Isagenix. So Isagenix also brought us together. I just think that's just the coolest thing. And it's like, you know, it's everything. And timing is everything, because Eden even shared, you know, she was prospected about Isagenix when she wasn't ready for it, you know? And so 2020, I really feel ready for this. And I've been in Isagenix for over 10 years, like really ready, because this year I spent laying down the foundation, because I realized my foundation was pretty shaky. So I'm just so excited.
Awesome. Thanks, Bree. I see you're in your prayer closet.
Yeah.
So one thing that I want to leave you with, and then Lynn, I'm going to have you share about the watch party. That's the thing I forgot to announce. The crux of the whole thing is, what are you thinking? Most of the time when you're thinking it, sometimes you're saying it too, but it really starts with what you're thinking. And what you're thinking, if you've got your dreams, your vision laid out, is your thinking watering that vision, watering that plant, or are you killing the plant? So be so mindful of your thoughts that, and we all have triggers that are going to take us off track. We all have them. Dave even talked about he still has them after all these years of the practice of doing this. It's just a matter of being aware when we have that trigger, and then get right back on track and change that thought to something that's watering the plant, right? So, okay, Lynn, you want to share about the watch party?
Sure. One note, I know Kathy mentioned it about the document that I created with all the phone calls and links to Dave MacArthur's call, our calls. And so I had put it up several days ago, but I tend to forget to change it out of Pages, which some of you can't open up. So it's now been converted to a PDF, and I just did it just a little while ago. So make sure you pull that up. What I do is I just leave it on my desktop, because it's got the links right there. And then when the call's coming up, I just hit the link and it opens it right up into the call. So it's a great tool to have so you know what's going on. I'm excited about the watch party. They say the watch party is different than the Facebook Live. And basically it's a gathering of, a showing of a presentation that Dave MacArthur put together, and he's done like 4 of them right now. They're usually about 20 minutes, maybe 15 to 20 minutes long, so not very long. But what's neat about it is that you can invite people, a bunch of people, whatever, to the watch party, and they can get on, and if they happen to miss it, they can still see the link to get on. But the key is you have to be, and some of you new people, welcome Emmy, and I think there might be a couple other new ones. You have to be in the Facebook, Forever Pack Facebook group. So it's just Forever Pack, 2 words, P-A-K. If you're not in there, make sure you let one of us know and we can put you in that group. But if you're inviting, family members, friends, whatever, you want to make sure that they get an invite to be in that Facebook or the Forever Pack Facebook group. Otherwise, they won't be able to see the watch party, because right now, this watch party, which is happening the 1st, they changed it with the 1st, which is, what's today? Monday. It's going to be Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific time. Okay. And so if you, and you might have to go in and change the notification. You just do that right on their page, and you want to make sure that you get the notifications, because you'll get a little thing on your phone that says, oh, watch party is happening, in 5 minutes, whatever. It's going to tell you. But it's a great tool. And again, we're kind of just joining Dave MacArthur's team right now, which is really great, because then you can ask questions, you can, get feedback, and the people that you've invited can ask questions, and team members, there's probably going to be tons of people on there, can all give input. Okay. So eventually we can start doing them on our own, or you can just do your own watch party. But right now, I encourage everybody to jump on. If you're in a gathering with a bunch of people on New Year's, get the few people to sit down with you and watch it. It's not going to be very long. Take a break. And so I'm excited about them. I think it's really something new that's going to really bump up our business next year. And yeah, super excited about it. So
let me clarify a couple of things. When you invite somebody to a group, they have to accept that invitation.
Right.
And so what I recommend is you'll put their name in as an invitation. First of all, you have to become a member of that group, Forever Pack group. And I believe Lynn posted the link to that. But once you invite them, then send them the link by private message or whatever, so that they can then go to the group and accept the invitation. If they're not invited, they can actually put their name in to join. And that's really critical. You want to make sure that they've actually done that next step to accept the invitation. There was something else and I can't remember what it was.
And again, start building your list of people that, prospects that you want to invite. I've got an ongoing list. I just keep putting people into there. So I'll be reaching out to a bunch of people tomorrow and inviting them to join our group on Wednesday night. So, and getting the page.
Awesome.
So I was curious, is this watch party a good way to open the conversation, like as a first touch? Or is it that they want to see the Forever Pack video first before they join the watch party? And I apologize, I'm like new, so I'm having all these questions.
Great question, Emmy. The Forever Pack video that we've all seen on foreverpack.com is part of it. They don't have to see that in order to go to the watch party, because the watch party is going to give them the same type of information, just in smaller bites. Because there's like 4 different videos.
I appreciate
and the first one, I believe, is going to be what is a telomere. So if you've planted the seed with people, it's like, oh my gosh, you got to come find out about this science, about a telomere. You know what a telomere is? If they don't, invite them, say, come watch this 20, 25-minute presentation. And again, like Kathy says, it's shorter than the Monday night one that Dave does right after this call, which is like an hour long. So watch parties, I'm excited about them. They're going to be great.
Awesome.
Done consistently too.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's so funny. One of the people I'm inviting, he has a PhD in cancer research, and so I already sent him, some of the materials, and I said, "What do you think about this?" And so I'm really curious to see what he's going to say.
Yeah. Well, he'll obviously know what telomeres are.
Yeah.
I hope.
Well, and I'd like to share something along those lines to Emmy, and welcome. It's awesome to see your face and you being committed, being on right before the new decade. But to all of these ways are ways. No, there's not one set way. So what Lynn's really excited about is being able to share this shorter, condensed. If you have a question, you can actually get on in real time and ask those questions and be a part of a community of a lot more eyeballs than just having, you sending it to just someone's phone and not seeing a community. So that's just what I wanted to share. There's so many ways. And of course, the first touch should be your story and 3 other people's stories that you know really well that have truly been impacted, right? And there's so many testimonies in that Forever Pack group. So just get really good at being the storyteller and asking questions if people are open to learning more, if they're really interested in taking their health to the next level and making this new decade be one where they're actually getting younger and feeling younger as the years go on instead of the opposite way, So again, we've got gold here. There is no other network market company that I know of that is sharing that they have like the fountain of youth. There's legit gold in, I call it gold. If you've ever opened up an Isogenesis capsule, it's like gold, literally. So, that's the color of what's inside of it. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that there's a lot of different ways to do it. The goal is to get really good at your way because you then will be believable and certain.
Thank you so much, Bree. I appreciate it.
All right. Does everybody have their noisemakers? Let's ring in the new year. I'm so excited for all of you. I know it's going to be an amazing year in 2020. What is it? We're going to call it the Roaring 20s.
Yes, hear us roar. Woo!
Yeah. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for joining. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Everyone.
See you next year. See you next decade.